All right, so here we go again. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. One thing I wanted to bring to everyone's attention this morning is the fact that, in Scripture it said that Satan has tried to put the light out, the sun, uh, for many, many, goodness, I don't know how long. But anyways, we believe that time is what it is, but it isn't. It's not linear. Um, Everything exists in the moment. So understanding and realizing that you have the power within you to even change outcomes of situations and things like that without force. Uh, just like, it seems like also, though, people that had dreams, it seems like they get kind of killed. But, you know, that's fear, I guess. Fear of the destruction of somebody else, I guess. Pretty well beyond that. Um, I think one day we'll all have most of the truths. I believe that, you call it what you want, insurrections or anything like that. I don't really get any of that, but, the 1% has overcome the 99. And scripture, it is written that the sons of Seth would take back what was theirs in the beginning, because the first will be last. And many things have been shown to me in those aspects, as far as that your last name actually derives from one individual. So hello. uh, and we're all branches, man, parts of a tree. The root which comes from within us, and is beyond this world, beyond the creators of this world, because like I have said before, your body, it is written, also, that your body is literally created by demons, fallen angels, because a demon is a man on earth that does not have a North Star. Like I said, your North Star is supposed to guide you. Everyone's supposed to be their own Lord, their own government, their own ruler. You shouldn't have anyone else lording over you. Um, you should be able to do that honorably. And once we all can realize that we don't need to gather more than the neighbor, or have something better than someone else. I mean, this is all just stupidity to consume. You were made a consumer so that here in Consumerica, I mean, hello, people, wake up. You know, uh, the land surrounded by many waters. Once they stop trading, the whole world's gonna be crying. Basically, is what the book says is gonna happen, because they're no longer making money off of everyone else's soul, which is the energy, and the ruler of that energy which you put out is that dollar bill, which everyone serves. And you know like the little sign on the bottom of it, the eagle holding that religare, that faggot, that bundle of sticks, because that's what that word even means. And like I said, they've bound a lot of people up for the fire in the end. And that's about all there is to say about that. And it was all free will. That's the thing about it. They didn't do anything to you. You did it. You willingly, freely gave. As I've tried to explain before as well, through the contracts here on Earth, they keep you from expanding to the point where you're supposed to. Even as a baby, you're born to expand, to grow, but the contractions of your mother are trying to keep you in there. No, you're part of me, and I don't know. Everything tries to hold you back. Um, But most people came through that little waterway, that canal, that birth canal, you know, and that dock was there to catch you. That's why they're called that. It's all in the language. It's curses. It's ships. Get off the ships, like Christ said. You want to get off the ship and follow me, fella, because the fellas are fellas. They're followers, fallen, the felons. They label you. They are not an author of me. No one has authority over me. I have been given and granted authority over all things. I have dominion and power over everything. And people that don't want to understand that by now, they don't, you know, a lot of people know me, but they don't know me well. I promise you that. You may have thought you knew who I was, but I can show you a time where I actually had this seizure and slammed into a house and died and came back as something else. So people could call me crazy all they want, but that's beyond. Like I said, no one has the ability to be the author over me. There is only one, and he lives in me, lives in each one of you. Each one of us came here to earth through that, like I said, canal. But guess what? I'm a way maker. I came a different way. I didn't come through there. They ripped me out. So beyond that, as well, they did my other brothers and sisters. So, and my mother wasn't my mother. My mother's my sister. My mother and my father, which are in heaven, came down from the heights into this world. That's what, you know, it's not that hard to see. Cerebral spinal fluid flows. That's what creates. That's RNA. It gives you the ability to copy yourself, to make a copy of yourself, to make an image. In other words, you did not bring life. Life is within and comes through the breath, which is way beyond this. But that's what they're trying to take from everyone in this time, and have been for years. Like I said before, September 23rd, 2017, the sign in heaven was seen, you know, the woman with the crown, 12 stars, the sun at her back and the moon at her feet. That was in an alignment in the sky. The same reason the wise men knew that Christ was coming was that the two planets or two star forms were together as one. When you make the two one, what will you do? You know, you gotta. Also, like I said, you have to literally. I don't know why I always want to look at myself in the stupid screen. I want to look at the picture, but I can't see it. I'm doing this off my phone right now, by the way. You know, maybe one day I'll have a studio out here and all that, and Father will provide that for us, because I believe that Father provides everything, and the Father lives within each one of you. And I will tell you that I move mountains, so if you watch some of my videos, you might feel a shaking, and that is because the mount within is crumbling. I've seen it many times through my arising. I don't even like to call it awakening, because I'm rising. You know, I was built and created to do just that, which in fact should be all of our mission on earth, is to literally seek that which we came from and which we should be wanting to go to, not getting lost in all these stupid emotional attachments, rings and dings and bells. That's, like I said, man, that's why they do it all. You think that Facebook bell doesn't affect your subconscious? It sure does. You think those YouTube bells don't affect your subconscious? It sure does. You serve Bel here. There's a cerebellum, and there's your Abraham and Sarah. Cerebrum. Father Abraham had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham, and I am one of them, and so are you. So let's just sing this song. You don't remember that? I mean, weren't you a kid once? Yeah, didn't we all have fucking love in our hearts? Sorry for the saying that word. I guess I could cut it out, but like I said, I'm using my phone. But beyond all that, man, I just want everyone to start loving each other. Start seeking forgiveness, because the only thing that Christ brought that just challenged the law of Ziusudris, because that was the real name, challenged that law, and the fact that he said that he they said, who gives you the authority to forgive sins? Well, the point of it is that if you know what Scripture says, then the Father, revenge is his. So stop trying to avenge and revenge. Stop living in that fashion. An eye for an eye was the law back then. So he challenged that law. That's why they killed him. But there's been many hymns. That's the thing. There'll be many in my name. And when you see one of them that's trying to stand above the all, then you know that one is the one that was talked about prior to this modern generation rising through the bloodlines of the older generations, which is kind of common sense, don't you think? My goodness. Well, and for instance, if you want to believe, look into Saint Eustace. Look him up, because that's where my name derives from. That's where Eustachios, Stacy, comes from. Also Livingstone. I mean, come on, man. I know who I am. I know that these watchers and these entities that are created to monitor us throughout all life, that's why they give you numbers, so that they can monetize you. So you think that, like I said, I mean, it's further than you could even fathom. When you come into this world, you already have riches. It was given to you by God. You're part of this world. You're not from anything else. This is yours as well. The controllers took it. They took control of you. They got your mom and dad to sign off on it through the contracts. Like I said, all this stuff will be returned. It is written. You guys are going to come and bow at my feet, at my knees. I'll forgive you, because it's not my job to judge you. Judgment's held for the Son. It is written, and you, as it is written as well, are all sons of the living Father. You will judge yourselves. You will not allow yourself to stand in the presence of the Most High. And that's the thing, is that also he said, oh, but we've healed in your name and all this and that. We've cast out demons and all that. He will say, leave me, for I knew you not. I mean, that I didn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't want that out of anything in this world. I mean, those are ideals, sure, that have been taught to me and I hold, but the point is that all things come from life, which is the Word. The Word was created through God, was God, for God, all of that. Every one of us are sons of the living Father here. We are all a fractal part of the Father. Every single organism, organ, molecule, atom. Let's go back down to the minute, because you have to know about the microcosm and the macrocosm. It's all the same thing. Like I said, if you want to look at the inside of workings of your brain whenever you have thoughts, I mean, so many thousands volts go off in every thought, in every time you have synapses clicking and stuff. And that's the thing, is that for a long time we could only use 5% of our brain. Something was challenging that fact, but I believe that something is occurring where that is being done away with, where and like I said, in the twinkling of an eye, one day we're not going to need this body. We're going to be created. We were created for so much more than this. Excuse me, coffee. I get a little excited in the morning. I get a little amped up. I wake up pretty much the same time every day. I work my butt off. So, I'm starting to look old. I'm not even old. I'm really old, actually. I mean, my soul is from the beginning of this foundations of all this, before everything. And that's the point. I know who I am before this world began. And I know who you were. And that's why, it is written to seek his face, because you're not at all who you think you are. I promise you that. I mean, the identity crisis is far beyond thinking you're a cat or a dog or a male or a female or any of that stupid fleshly things. But they love the flesh so much, man. These new creations of everyone's, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain a little bit of some of it, but because I'm going fast, But if I sat here and contemplated anything, I could tell you every answer you wanted to know. You could too, because all things are within you. You're part of it all. You didn't just happen in some form or fashion different than the way the word became flesh, because just as that word became flesh, so did your flesh was created. That wasn't just a one-time deal, So wake up, stop letting people take your power, hold on to your crown, and love each other. Seek his face, forgive, forget, believe, be life. That is what the word even comes from. You know what I'm saying? You can't believe in anything if you don't know what life is. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That has also been spoken. And so it is, man. So it is. Love and light. Once again, like, subscribe. I don't want to even tell you to push a bell. Go up higher, man. Seek, like I said, be the prodigal son and return. Return. And when we all do that, when we all realize that with love and kindness in our hearts, we'll change this world again. It'll be great like it once was, beyond what everyone else says it is. I'm not talking about consumerism or any of that. I'm talking about, man, a world where you create in you don't need to, heaven. You work, but you ain't sweating. There ain't no need to even sweat it, man. You're just gonna think it, and it'll be done. Which should happen here too, but we affect that. We challenge that authority within ourselves. We don't believe, that we can do all things, and all things are possible through Christ who strengthens me, because Christ is within. The other word they use with that word is not what you think it is either. So that name itself was created for a time such as this, but it's not what anyone was talking about. I promise you that. Because that which would make one individual great is that which was in him, which was Christ, which was done through a strengthening of oneself, through a renewing of the mind, through a creation, becoming a new creation, through a new birth, from birthing that which you have within you, so that which within you can create that outside of you, which you would actually, like I said in many other videos, want to see. They get you focus so much on one thing, you forget the other side altogether. You forget about the water and the mirror. You forget about the above and the below. You don't I'm not saying all people, you know, I'm saying most people, because people have been paying to get pulled right into the dang pit from the pulpit, you know? And that's why I'd rather have a platform than a pulpit anytime, you know? But I promise you, I would challenge any one of those men that stand on those things. So anytime you want to do it, let's go. Because that which is in me is greater than that which is in this world. I know without a fact or you know, an inkling. So no weapon formed. I love you. One love.